Good evening and welcome to VTV News. I'm Gianna Strand. A variety of speeches and teach-ins filled Vanderbilt's campus this Monday in honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Our reporter Kylie Tan was on site to cover some of these teach-ins.
This past Monday, on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Vanderbilt hosted a variety of events for students to participate in. One of these events was a teach-in that focused on the topic of privilege and what it means to have privilege.
Let's consider, in very simplistic terms, what is privilege? It's the advantage that we may have over someone else in a particular setting, in a particular set of circumstances. It may mean that there's greater meaning or value given to us and our ideas because in a certain space, in a certain place, we have privilege. It also may give us, if we are part of the privilege in a particular setting or community, it may give us more freedom to make mistakes. And it'll always be held accountable for that.
Students were able to participate in the conversation through a variety of means. Dr. Peters first asked students to write down their own privileges and to post them on a board in the front of the room. Students were then asked to write down how they have used these privileges to create meaningful change in their own lives and the lives of others.
A female survivor teaching Title IX rights to others. Being an ally. Knowing, learning what my friends have experienced helps me make a difference to advocate for others.
Lastly, students were given the opportunity to write down microaggressions and micro-insults that they feel had been directed towards them. For VTV News, I'm Kylie Tan.
This campus teach-in came in the wake of a school-wide controversy sparked by the publication of an op-ed by Professor Carol Swain in the Tennessean. Swain teaches at both the Political Science Department and Law School at Vanderbilt, where her research focuses on race relations, immigration, black leadership, and evangelical politics, particularly through conservative voices in the U.S. One of the VTV executive producers, Scott Head, was at the student protest last Saturday to speak to students about freedom of speech and tolerance on campus.
Vanderbilt, united, will never be divided.
This past Saturday, hundreds of students, along with some faculty and community members, gathered in protest on Library Lawn against further hate speech incidents on campus.
I thought that if we as students don't organize a protest against this speech, then there's no way that we're going to ensure that more students are not attacked in the future.
The event followed Professor Carol Swain's submission to the Tennessean last week. After the article was posted, one student organized the entire rally by herself in 48 hours.
I'm not protesting the article itself. Dr. Carol Swain is entitled to her views, and she's right under her free speech. If she wants to publish that, she did. What I am saying is that those words had a very negative impact on our community, and I want to show through this protest that this is a number of students that are so strongly opposed to your statements. They have gathered here in huge numbers today. In the hours before I created the event, I felt like I was valued as a human being, because the statements that she says as a Vanderbilt faculty member in a law school, in a position where she's teaching ethics to hundreds of students, she's saying that Muslims are not part of the brotherhood of man. That's fancy words for they're inhuman, you know? And I felt like if my university is not condemning these statements, what does that say about my presence here? I'm not valued as a student. My goal was to show Vanderbilt officials that students don't tolerate hate speech, and even though it may be protected under academic freedom, that we don't allow it on this campus. There's absolutely no way the student body here is going to allow further attacks on their own peers. And that if the university respects us as human beings, it has to come out and condemn these statements and promise us that it's not going to happen again in the future.
While there was plenty of student support, there was one anti-protester that spoke out at the event.
This is not about bigotry or race or hate. Christians love everyone. I'm a Christian. Jesus said, love your enemies. This is about the safety and security of our country. We're under attack. There was the Homeland Foundation trial brought forth a Muslim Brotherhood book this thick of their plan to take over the West. And the MSA, CARE, Muslim Brotherhood, they're all associated with Hamas and terrorists. People in Obama's government are. And they're not even going to put this on the news because the media is controlled by liberals and political correctness, and we're in danger. And if we could outlaw Sharia, we would be a little safer.
The leader of the Divinity School was emailing me, Hidden Doors was emailing me, the dean was in contact with me, VUPD was on my side, everyone rallied to support me, and that really showed that this is a one isolated incident, that these kinds of thoughts are not prevalent on our campus. And I think that another purpose of this protest was to show Muslim students here that they're really safe, that people really care about them. I think it's really important for the Muslim student body and for the other minority groups to show that there are hundreds of people that are on your side.
For VTV News, I'm Scott Head.
The demonstrations and MLK service projects this weekend kicked off the spring semester of the My Vanderbilt Experience program. Congratulations to first-year Matan Lowy for being the first student to complete his involvement. Students who complete a full map of My Vanderbilt experiences will be honored later this spring alongside other student achievements at the Magnolia Awards. Lights on the Lawn, which raised over $100,000 this fall for the Mary Parris Center that supports the survivors of domestic violence, is now accepting applications for executive board members and subcommittee members. Applications are live on AnchorLink until Sunday, January 25th at 11:45 p.m. In similar campus philanthropy news, Dance Marathon is just over 2 weeks away. The 13.1 hours of dancing and celebrating are designed to raise awareness and funds for the kids and families whose lives have been impacted by pediatric cancer at the Monroe Corral Jr. Cancer Hospital at Vanderbilt. There is still plenty of time to join a team to participate. Be sure to pick up a ticket at Surratt Box Office and on the wall in the upcoming weeks. With hashtag Mellow Love still making an appearance on Twitter trend list, the all-male a cappella group performed 2 sold-out shows last weekend live at Ingram Hall. Keep up to date here with VTV News for more to come with these national singing champions. This is our broadcast for this Wednesday evening, January 24th. I'm Gianna Strand reporting for VTV News, and thank you for joining us tonight.